Hi, it's Matt, and this is my morning monologue. I know, it's evening. We just got back from Ocean City, New Jersey. My daughter Kirsten invited us to stay with her, and her husband Judd, my son-in-law Judd, and my granddaughter Jamina. And so it was me, Tracy, and Una, and them. And it was just the most amazing time. It was amazing. It was wonderful. And one of the things that was interesting was on the last day we were down there, and my brother actually and his family were down there as well, and we were hanging out, sitting on the porch. It was raining, and I checked my email. And the thing is, I don't check email very much. I don't even carry my phone with me when I'm down there. I'm afraid it's going to drop in water or get sandy or something like that. Anyway, so on the last day, I checked email, and I get regular emails from dictionary.com. I get the word of the day. And the word on Saturday, yesterday, was metrophobia, METRO phobia, metrophobia. What do you think it means? What do you think? What do you think? Fear of cities, right? Fear of maybe public transportation or something like that? No, that's not what it means. Metrophobia is the fear of poetry. What? And I've always thought that, if you can think of a phobia, like a fear of knees or something like that, if you can think of it, if you can imagine it, it's probably a real phobia. If you can imagine it, someone else is probably imagining it in a fearful way, right? So the fear of poetry, metrophobia. And I was like, wow, that's wild. People are afraid of poetry. They have a fear of poetry. What's that about? And so I sort of looked at the definition more closely, and it said that maybe it comes from people having a bad experience in school with poetry. And then it started to make sense. I was like, oh yeah, that's probably where it comes from. People probably have some really horrible experience with it in an English class or something. And it made me think of 8th grade. I had Sister Mary Conrad, and she made us line up at her desk and recite to her while she would sort of listen. She would put, be sitting like this, and she'd, have her, you'd be beside her, right? Anyway, so we had to recite Annabel Lee by Edgar Allan Poe. And we had started off by saying, this is Annabel Lee by Edgar Allan Poe. And then we would recite it, right? And I can remember being sort of back in the line and feeling oh man, the stakes are really, really high. She could punch you or something like that, And anyway, so there was this one kid, he got up there, and he was obviously nervous, and he said, Edgar Allan Poe by Annabel Lee. Oh, no. And she get out of here, you ninny, whatever. And she sent him to the back of the line. But I don't remember reciting the poem for her, but I do remember it. Not all of it right now. I just remember, I was a child and she was a child in this kingdom by the sea, but we loved with a love that was more than a love. I and my Annabel Lee. We loved with a love that the winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. And it goes on, and then the word sepulcher was on there. I was like, he lays down beside the sepulcher. So, and it made me, you know, this sort of made me think about my week and down the shore, and just how, for me, I think I see things. I don't want to sound like weird or anything, but I feel like I see things like in a poetic way. I feel like I see things in sort of an abstract way, like for example, like the subway, like stuff like that. I like look at the, like, oh, this is so cool, whatever, and the same thing with like being at the beach with my family, and holding my granddaughter, and she's jumping in the waves, and the waves are crashing on us, and I start thinking about the Greeks, and I think about Poseidon and Odysseus and the Cyclops, and we get on the Ferris wheel, and I'm on the swings with my daughter, and we're going around. I'm thinking, this is such a bad idea, and anyway, so I wrote a poem that I'm going to recite for you right now. I hope you don't have metrophobia, and if you do, then maybe this could be some sort of like exposure therapy for you. And I'm not sure whether to call this poem Johnny Be Good or Donut Talk. And also, this might be a terrible poem. I don't know. But here goes. It's either Johnny Be Good or Donut Talk. Johnny Be Good is the name of an ice cream shop. And Donut Talk, we were talking about donuts. We were walking along, and me and my daughter Una, we were talking about donuts, and we're talking about, like, there's two different places down there. You get like a traditional donut, or you get like a decadent donut, and going back and forth. And so anyway, daughter and father, further and farther, saunter from the ice cream shop. The beach is just a short hop, with coconut mounds melting and a Disney princess belting. Between heaven and earth, there's this bridge with stars lighting the waffle cone ridge. To the distant sound of waves, our memory forever it saves. The real important talk, more a stroll now than a walk. The moon illuminates shortcuts, and simply she says, donuts are just donuts. I like donuts.